guys, welcome back to some more Motorsport Manager and the final part of Season 3 of our Force India career in the Ice mod. And today we have the championship finale, Fernando Alonso versus Kimi Räikkönen versus Antonio Giovinazzi versus, no, not versus Daniel Ricciardo, but these are the standings going into the final race. 3 drivers in with a chance, 2 in the best car, and Fernando Alonso, who's managed to drag this Force India into a final race decider for the World Championship. Let's just get into it. As you guys know, I've preferred Fernando Alonso this season with the car. I've completely put every one of the best parts in Fernando's car this weekend, so we're giving him the best chance possible. Lewis Hamilton, they'll be letting him through at any chance he gets. There is going to be rain in in qualifying, so you never know, there could be a bit of a chance for us to do something special. The last time it rained in qualifying, we actually got pole position, a 1-2 in fact, and that was around Japan. But this is going to be difficult. For once, no, I'm not. I was going to do practice, but it's really not worth it, is it? Because we've been pretty much getting the setup spot on for the drivers. Alonso actually quickest so far. Looking good. Alonso goes quickest in practice. Verstappen there in second. So, well, and they've swapped over again now. I mean, if we have that at the end, that would be fantastic. What's Kimi Räikkönen going to do? He's going to go quickest now, but only by half a second. So Alonso may be in with a chance in this Grand Prix. You never know. Finished 8/10 off in the end. Lewis Hamilton outside the top 10. But Hamilton sort of lost all of his motivation towards the end of the season. Maybe it was a bad idea to bring him in as opposed to Sergio Perez, and you know, maybe I made the wrong decision there. But it's fine. It's all good. We'll go for that. Maybe a bit more like that. I don't know. Go for 16, 26. Yeah. I mean, maybe even a bit more. Something like that. Send Hamilton out there. Alonso's setup looking alright, but not brilliant. We'll send that there. We'll reduce that a little bit and increase his front wing to about that, and move that there. Or move that there. Why not? And we'll try our best. We'll simulate Q1 because I'm very confident of getting through Q1. Although the rain is coming, and we're out there on soft tyres, this might be a bad idea. Alonso going out in Q1, I think, unless he can get out there. I think Hamilton's going out in Q1. Oh, Alonso through. Giovinazzi out. Giovinazzi out, Sainz out, Ricciardo out, Bottas out, and Hamilton out. That's fine. That means I'm very confident of getting through to Q2 then. Q3, sorry, so we'll simulate again. Yeah, there should be no way that we're going out in Q2. Alonso's second at the moment, down to 4th. No, it's pretty cool. Raikkonen's obviously the guy we're fighting, but Giovinazzi down in the drop zone. And let's get ready for the final Q3 of the year, of the season, with Fernando Alonso. Hamilton 20th on the grid. I think Alonso's can be even better than this. We'll go for that. That was great. So maybe he wants a bit more of that. Maybe we'll go for that in lap 1. of Q3. You know, we should really be competing for fourth. That's, you know, the minimum expectation really, and hopefully we'll be able to do that. It doesn't look like it's gonna rain at any point, which is a bit of a shame, but no, hopefully we can do this. It'll be a good starting position for Alonso. He needs to win this race or finish second, and hope that Raikkonen finishes outside the points really. We're 16 points behind. If we win, Raikkonen needs to finish 5th to become the world champion, but any lower and then we would be world champions. So Fernando Alonso starting his lap now. He needs to perform. You know, this is his chance of a third world title, possibly his final chance. I don't think we'll be quite as lucky next season, with the whole reliability issues at the start of the year for the likes of Mercedes. Kvyat's actually going quickest at the moment, which is insane, absolutely insane. Kvyat's going purple in Q1 and Q2. What is going on here? Raikkonen goes purple in Q2, in Sector 2. Alonso's gone quickest for the moment, 152 flat. Kvyat goes quicker than Alonso, so that's interesting. Raikkonen has took pole position, the World Championship leader. Verstappen, where's he going to fit into all this? He's 2/10 down at the moment, but Senna currently going quickest. We need Bruno Senna to do us a favour here and hopefully take pole position away from Kimi Raikkonen. Here comes Bruno Senna then round the final corner, and he does. He takes pole position by 0.4 of a second. Fernando Alonso needs to find some time from somewhere. That was really, really poor from him to come behind Kvyat. Is not what we wanted. I mean, that's our best time of the weekend, to be fair. Yeah, we need the top speed to be slightly lower, and we need that to be there, I think. Maybe move that there. I really don't know. Yeah, maybe we go for that. Send him straight out there. Come on, Fernando. We need to get you above Danny Kvyat. So Bruno Senna on pole at the moment. Kimi Raikkonen in second. Verstappen in third. With Kvyat in fourth. We can hopefully get Fernando up to fourth, but I don't know. That first lap was disappointing, to be quite honest with you. I don't know where we're going to find 2.5 tenths from. You know, that was his best lap of the weekend that he's just posted, and we need just a little bit more. So here comes Fernando Alonso around the sort of final section, if you like. We go into this little hairpin and then onto the straight. Fernando Alonso starts his lap. He's got the car in a good window. He's got free air. This should be the best opportunity Fernando Alonso ever has of doing a better lap around here. He's come through sector 1 now. Much better first sector from Fernando Alonso. Can we see an improvement in the second sector, please? He's coming round now in through the second sector, and what's it going to be? It's better. I don't know if he's going to quite improve enough to beat Kvyat. Here he comes then. Fernando Alonso coming up to the line. Where's he going to finish? Oh, it's 5th. He's a 10th behind Danny Kvyat. That's so disappointing. And Kimi Raikkonen is absolutely tearing apart Bruno Senna's lap. Here comes Kimi Raikkonen, the World Championship leader. He comes round and takes pole position at the Doha Grand Prix. Hulkenberg could challenge us, I think. I don't think he's going to. He's come through. He is improving, but doesn't quite improve in the third sector. What about Julian Palmer? He got through to Q3. Manages to improve but finishes 9th. So Kimi Räikkönen, the World Championship leader, the man who deserves to win this World Championship, is on pole position. Fernando Alonso only 5th. If it was the other way around, we would be provisionally winning this World Championship, but we're going to have to do it the hard way. And, well, I guess Lewis Hamilton is going to try the zero stopper from the back. He can't help Fernando. That's the simple thing to say. We're going to go race trim. Car setup is fine for both of them. Yeah, we're going to have to put Hamilton. Has he got a better setup? Not really. I'm not too bothered about Hamilton anyway. We'll put him on the hard tyres and see if he can get to the end of the race. And here we go. We're ready for the lights. We're going to put him on medium, medium. And we're going to watch Fernando Alonso off the line. Here comes the end of the 2018 season on this game. Fernando Alonso versus Kimi Räikkönen versus Antonio Giovinazzi. Let's do it. 5 red lights. Lights out, away we go. Alonso hooked up the start well, and hopefully he'll be able to make some manoeuvres up into turn 1, although Vettel and Hülkenberg are making ground, and Alonso down to 8th. Kimi Räikkönen safely through the first sequence of corners. It's a shame because we haven't got really any of the main competitors up near the front to help out Fernando by taking over Kimi Räikkönen's lead, but yeah, Alonso just having to settle into 9th. He's lost 4 places on the start. It's very unlike Fernando Alonso, and Gasly's now competing with him. Kvyat up to 3rd, by the way. He's had a good season, and he was in the championship fight not so long ago. But hopefully Alonso can start making up some ground again now, because we're behind Vettel and Castroneves, the 2 guys that we should be able to get past on pure pace. Hamilton down in 20th place, that's not a big surprise. Giovinazzi up to 14th, Alonso back up to 8th now, and he's through past Vettel, and he now needs to get past Kobayashi, who's in 6th place. Here comes Fernando Alonso, starting to use his booster, ERS, whatever you want to call it. Kimi Räikkönen leading the Grand Prix. Senna actually competing with him in 2nd. Will go and join the leaders. We're going to move Alonso down to medium, medium. Yellow flag. Who's out? Cannon. I mean, that's another thing. If Räikkönen crashes out, that's handing the advantage to Alonso, I guess, but we have to finish in the top 2 for it to mean anything. Senna now closing in on Kimi Räikkönen. Alonso in 6th place, closing in on Nico Hülkenberg, but not quite managing to do anything just yet. We're going to push Alonso on these tyres and try and get him an advantage. There's only 14 laps in this Grand Prix, 12 laps remaining of the 14. Can Alonso push and get past Nico Hülkenberg? That is the question. Nico Hülkenberg using his boost. Kimi Räikkönen leads the race at 2.5 seconds ahead of Bruno Senna right now. Hamilton up to 17th, so it's not looking like he's going to come into contention in this Grand Prix. Ricciardo out of the points, but Verstappen in 4th, so we need to outscore Red Bull by 5 points today if we want to win the finish 2nd in the Constructors. So Fernando Alonso, I think, is going to come in this lap. I think we're going to bring him in at the end of this lap. We're going to move him on to the soft tyres once again and just go for it. Just go for it, Fernando. We need to push him hard. Try and keep him close enough to the leaders, but it's looking very much over for Fernando Alonso at this stage. We need some sort of weather effect or a safety car or something once we've been in. Hamilton down to 18th place now. What a horrendous season he's had. But hopefully he'll be back next year. Raring to go. Alonso coming into the pits right now. And he's away. And he's ahead of Lewis Hamilton after the pit stop. So he's up to 15th on brand new soft tyres. We're actually going to push him early on in this stint to try and maximise the performance, but he needs to get past Valtteri Bottas as quick as he can, really. Hamilton just behind Alonso on the racetrack. Come on, down the inside, son. It's so frustrating. It seems like, oh, my cars don't seem to want to go around. Who's this? Oh, it's Castroneves. I thought it was Senna. He's one of the guys that can help us today. Where's Raikkonen? He's pit and he's come out in 3rd place. Raikkonen is world champion. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. He's pushing as hard as he can. We've just got to hope for a crash from Kimi today, or he's going to be the world champion. And deservedly so. He had such a good mid-season, did Kimi Raikkonen, and did so well to chase down Fernando Alonso's huge lead in the championship, and you know, he's going to control this race now. He's well ahead of any sort of competition. Senna's in 2nd place. Guess he could catch up. Kobayashi in 3rd, Sainz in 4th, Kvyat in 5th, Alonso down in 12th, which is a big shame, really. It all promised so much. Alonso back into the points now, so he's at least, you know, giving it a go. He knows he needs to do what he needs to do. He knows that if Kimi crashes, Alonso needs to finish 2nd. It's as simple as that. So Alonso trying to push through the order. We'll keep an eye on Kimi Raikkonen. His lead is going down to Bruno Senna in 2nd, but not enough really. He's 20 seconds ahead of Fernando, which is his main competitor. Giovinazzi in 8th place. He's the other championship rival, but he was destroyed by a poor qualifying, really. Verstappen back past Alonso, by the way. So Alonso down to 10th. And now down to 11th. Hulkenberg passed him as well. And we need to sort of neutralise Fernando's race. But Bruno Senna could cause an incident with Raikkonen, of course, and it could change the complexion of this. We're not expecting any rain. There's only 5 laps to go after this one. Alonso down to 12th now. He's behind Castroneves. This is a really awful showing from Fernando, and he'll be really, really disappointed with how it's gone. Hamilton in 14th. We haven't really looked at much of Lewis today, but he doesn't really give us much cause for looking. And so back up to 12th, back up to 10th now. Kimi Raikkonen still having an almighty battle with Bruno Senna for the lead. Can he do it? Can he do it? That is the question. Alonso now up to 9th. 3 seconds behind Verstappen in 8th place at the moment. 5 laps to go. We'll keep an eye on this battle for the lead. Senna's having a look at Kimi Raikkonen. There could be an incident here. Remember, he's going down the inside. What an exciting battle this is between Senna and Raikkonen. He's lost a bit of ground once again. 4 laps to go in this World Championship. Sainz has made his way up to 3rd. It looks like he's going for the 0 stopper. Alonso up to 8th now. He's taken over Helio Castroneves. Hamilton down to 14th. What a poor excuse for a guy he is. we'll bring him in this lap. Try and get him the fastest lap, why not? And see what Hamilton can do. Alonso in his own space in 8th place. He's had such a good season, and to even be in the title fight is a monumental achievement from Alonso. But it looks like he's just going to miss out. 3 laps to go. Surely there's no chance of Alonso winning this World Championship anymore. Hamilton's in to the pits. It's all looking good. We'll see if Hamilton can go and get a fastest lap. It would be great if he could. You know, just to show his speed one last time this season. But Kimi Räikkönen has got this in the bag. Senna in 2nd. 3rd is Sainz Jr. He's coming into the pits this lap. Kvyat in 4th. Ricciardo's managed to get up to 5th, but he's coming in this lap. Kobayashi in 6th. A great race from him. Verstappen in 7th with Fernando in 8th. He's got 2 more laps to do on these tyres. He might struggle, to be quite honest with you. I'm just going to conserve them now. Keep an eye on Räikkönen. He's just nursing the car home. He is nursing the car home. Kimi Räikkönen, for the final time possibly in his career. He may retire, you never know. We've got Senna chasing his gearbox. Can Senna do anything on this final lap? Remember, if there is an incident between Senna and Räikkönen, Alonso must finish 2nd if he is to win the World Championship. Hamilton setting fastest laps. Can Hamilton go and set the fastest lap? Let's watch him. And he has set the fastest lap, a 1:53.9. He's going very quickly indeed. And going on to this final lap, he should be able to make it, and probably won't make it into the points. Alonso in 6th, defending from Kobayashi in 7th. But Kimi Räikkönen, let's watch him. He comes over the line, and he has won the 2018 World Championship. Senna has finished 2nd in this race. Kvyat, a brilliant season, finishing in 3rd there. Sainz Jr. finishes 4th. Alonso out of the points. Alonso out of the points. I don't know what happened there. I guess his tyres just went completely off, and Fernando Alonso dropped 6th to 11th. And we've had a shocker on the final day of the season. Hamilton finishing down in 17th. Did get the fastest lap, to be fair with him, but other than that, a dreadful day for him. And yeah, that is just that. Yeah, let's just get into it. We can obviously probably break the rules here. No rules broken. But oh wow, Kimi Räikkönen was demoted 2 places, so he only finished 3rd. That was enough to win the World Championship anyway, but that's huge news. Bruno Senna wins the Doha Grand Prix then, with Kvyat in 2nd. I wonder what this does to the championship. Alonso finishes 31 points behind in the end. That's really sad. With Giovinazzi in 3rd, Ricciardo 4th, Verstappen in 5th, and Sergio Perez in 6th. Kvyat finishes 7th in the end, Senna 8th. That's not too bad from them two. Vettel gets a top 10 finish for McLaren. Lewis Hamilton down in 17th. That's a big surprise. He's had such a disappointing season. Still hasn't scored any points for us yet, I don't think. And we finished 3rd in the Constructors. What a brilliant season for us. We just fell short at the end there. 2 crashes from Fernando Alonso. Probably didn't cost him 31 points, but you know, we'll never know, will we? Yeah, let's just see what happens here. I mean, Fernando Alonso might retire, you never know. I mean, I certainly would be very disappointed if I was him. He had a 42-point lead at one point, I think. And for that to go to dust is really not good. But Kimi Räikkönen, the world champion, and Ferrari, the constructors champion, a very good year for them. You know, you can't doubt their class this year. They came back so strongly at us, and they deserved to win it in the end. Problems with oh dear. Interesting. That seems odd. Contracts running down. Paddy Lowe. Okay, right. We need to sort that out. Might as well do that now, actually. Oh, Paddy Lowe's not interested. But Simon Rennie is. What's his current contract? So we'll give him a bit of an increase. So it's 8th or above, 5th or above. So it's 157, 225. So we'll go with that. And Peter Bonington, we'll get him. Yeah, so he's on 318. Give him a bit of a pay rise. 8th and 5th. And we'll go 202. And then 225. And hopefully we get them signed back. But Paddy Lowe leaving at the end of the year, that's a real shame. One of the best, Paddy Lowe, and that could seriously, you know, deplete our resources next year. You never ever know. But anyway, that is going to be the end of this episode. Let us know if you want to see Season 4. I'm very much up for doing it. Maybe at a different team. We'll see what jobs are available over the winter, and we'll see what happens next year. But if you have enjoyed, make sure you do leave a like. It really does mean a lot for me and for the channel. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.